Ruto has expressed strong confidence in securing a second term in the 2027 general elections, citing his administration's performance on the economy, agriculture and healthcare reforms. However, he faces a determined opposition, including figures like former Deputy President Gachagua, who has vowed to make him a one-term president. Branamai breaks down what gives the head of state confidence in his re-election bid and why it may be an uphill task.
2.5 years in office, President William Ruto is confident of a win in 2027. Ruto has publicly declared his confidence in winning re-election in the next polls, stating recently that defeating him will not be a walk in the park.
Na hiyo mtihani ya 2027 sipangi kuanguka hiyo mtihani. Hiyo mtihani ya 2027 mimi najua vile nitapita hiyo mtihani.
But what gives the head of state so much confidence?
Na hiyo kilimo nimerekebisha. Chai inalipa beta, kahawa inalipa beta, fertilizer nimeteremsha chini, maziwa inalipa beta. Sio ndio mtihani? Muliniambia niunganishe stima. In 5 years tutakuwa tumeunganisha 1.2 million people. Muliniambia nirekebishe elimu. Elimu nimenyorosha CBC. Nimeajiri walimu 76,000.
He points to his government's purported achievements, including economic stabilization efforts, with the reduction in inflation becoming a point of reference. Other key pointers include reforms in key agricultural sector like tea, coffee and dairy, plus the rollout of the Social Health Authority. However, this confidence contrasts sharply with mounting opposition and significant public discontent over economic hardship and governance issues. The president has lost favor with the people. Every statement is considered a lie by the electorate that he seeks to convince to re-elect him.
Tuko na watu wengi hawana stima. Ni kweli ama si kweli?
With the confidence that he exudes, the first in command could be counting on incumbency and state machinery. The president, as the head of state, controls a significant amount of resources and influence across important institutions. His development agenda, depending on who you ask, has nothing tangible. He has, however, highlighted fertilizer subsidy, SHA enrollment, which is continuing to face hiccups every day, education reforms that have received massive opposition, and a stable economy, which Kenyans still do not feel since the microeconomic is still in disarray. On his political strategy, the head of state formed the broad-based government with Raila Odinga's ODM party, hence bringing about a silent opposition in the National Assembly. The broad-based government has been touted as a unifying factor that could guarantee Ruto another term, since he has appealed to regions that he did not have initially, which include Nyanza, Coast, Western and the Northern Eastern regions.
Hayawi!
Ruto has also been accused by the opposition of seeking to form an IEBC favorable to him. A favorable IEBC could give the head of state a win in 2027 if the fear by the opposition is anything to go by. With the opposition's mistrust, the electoral body, depending on who it chooses, could be accused of leaning towards the state. However, the opposition coalition now says their mission is to send Ruto home no matter what it takes. Impeached former Deputy President Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, Eugene Wamalwa and potentially others like Fred Matiang'i are actively strategizing to present a united front to unseat Ruto. Gachagua explicitly aims to delay naming a single candidate until late 2026 to avoid interference.
Hakuna hatuwezi kosana. Wale si wajinga. Tutakaa na mnaiwa tuseme kitu, tutaongea huko December 2026 tuseme nani. Kwa sababu tukisema saa hii watatuporoka, si ndio? But I want to assure you, the people of Kambani, we as leaders are patriotic and we will do the right thing. And we will put our selfish interests aside for the benefit of the people of this great country.
The high cost of living remains a primary grievance. Critics argue that economic stabilization measures haven't sufficiently eased the burden of ordinary Kenyans. Discontent over taxes, including the controversial housing levy and the legacy of the 2024 finance bill, still persists. Ruto's hustler narrative appears to have lost traction among segments of his original base. Recent polls suggest very low approval ratings on the president. Accusations of corruption and state capture continue, recently amplified by claims from Gachagua and former CS Justin Muturi regarding alleged questionable deals. Civil society have also issued harsh scorecards, citing deteriorating health and education sectors, lack of government accountability, and concerns over state repression and the use of political goons to handle political issues. Gachagua has become a vocal opponent, mobilizing support, particularly in the Mount Kenya region, which is believed to have shifted from Ruto. Gachagua's ability to consolidate the Mount Kenya vote against Ruto is a significant threat. ODM party has stated it will also field a candidate against Ruto despite the current cooperation. President Ruto's path to re-election in 2027 is far from assured. While he projects confidence based on his administration actions and political maneuvering, significant economic challenges, widespread public discontent, and a potentially unifying opposition led by the determined figures pose a formidable obstacle.
Thank you.
Brian Amwai, K24, Nairobi.